Hello, my name is Peter Brella, and for my part in this presentation, I will be going over the particular effects that sleep deprivation has on individuals going through adolescence, as well as the effects that sleep deprivation have on college students, or rather has on college students. And to start off, I kind of want to go over first what exactly adolescence is and give it presence. And adolescence, most simply defined, is the transitional phase, or rather process, that every individual goes through between the ages of 12 to 14 to 20. And during this process, the body goes through tremendous growth. And part of that growth has to do with physical growth, or rather height growth and muscular growth. And part of that transition has to do with brain development, brain growth. And studies show that the hormone that promotes growth within the body is particularly released during sleep. And therefore, when there is an insufficiency in amount of sleep being received on a regular basis by an individual, there will also be an insufficiency, or rather an insufficiency in the hormone that promotes growth being released. And this overall can have an impact on a person's ability to grow. And while the growth change may be minor, whether it be an inch and half an inch, it still shows the tremendous power that sleep can have on an individual's ability to grow. Furthermore, studies done by Jean-Philippe Chaput and Caroline Dutil, both of whom participate in the Healthy Active Living and Obesity Research Group, have shown that individuals who receive too little sleep on a regular basis can also have a higher risk of unhealthy eating habits, as well as decreasing their activity behaviors, which all in all really contributes to the idea that individuals who receive too little sleep are unhealthy, but can have an impact on an individual's potentiality of being diagnosed with obesity at a younger age. According to a breakdown done by Cod Academy, the parts of the brain that go through the most growth during adolescence include the prefrontal cortex, which has to do with higher order cognition, as well as reasoning skills, processing skills, and decision making. The limbic system, which has to do with mood, but also encompasses the hypothalamus, which governs over the releasing of hormones within the body. And finally, the corpus callosum, which is kind of a mediator between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, can be severely impacted during adolescence because, again, they are supposed to go through that natural growth, but that typically happens during sleep. And when there's too little sleep, these systems can be severely influenced and impacted. But what about college students? How is that any different between adolescents? I mean, college students are in a very similar age group as individuals going through adolescence. And the most extreme difference between the two is that individuals in college can receive a lot more sleeping disorders because of sleep deprivation and stress also. Part of those disorders include insomnia, depression, while that is not a sleeping disorder, is also a very extreme thing that should be taken seriously, as well as behaviorally induced insufficient sleep syndrome can all be diagnosed in this age group of college students who particularly are suffering from lack of sleep on a regular basis, that is. And this overall, on every individual, sleep deprivation can have an impact on their ability to focus, their ability to remember things, their ability to have a happy mood, and a just happier outlook on life. And while that seems kind of small, in retrospect, that can have a severe impact on an individual's ability to perform daily tasks, their interpersonal relationships, and how that affects them, and also the impact on occupational or academic studies that sleep deprivation may have overall.